Today is International Holocaust Remembrance Day. It marks the anniversary of when Allied troops liberated the death camp at Auschwitz. More than 6 million Jews were killed during the Holocaust between 1933 and 1945. 77 years later, people of the Jewish faith continue to face hate. A recent survey found 1 in 4 American Jews have experienced anti-Semitism in the last year.
New tonight, our Pepper Baker spoke to a local rabbi about the concerns of history repeating itself.
There's a great joy in being Jewish, but there's also a great responsibility.
Jewish communities traditionally honor the victims of the Holocaust during Yom HaShoah on April 27th and 28th. Central Reform Congregation Rabbi Randy Fleisher explains the observance established by the United Nations on January 27th.
The whole world on this day, mourns our losses and tells stories of our survivors and feels compassion for our tragedy, and the whole world pledges never to forget.
One way to do that is by visiting the St. Louis Kaplan-Feldman Holocaust Museum, because as the saying goes, those who don't learn history are doomed to repeat it.
And the teachers make a point of bringing the students to the museum so they can understand the history and so that they could hear from the survivors themselves what it was like.
Fleisher believes human understanding has progressed, but as anti-Semitic attacks continue to harm the Jewish community, he hopes we learn from the past.
If there's something our government is doing that is creating a sense about any group of people and making them marginalized and making them oppressed, we have to put a stop to that right at the beginning.
He says the best way to honor the 6 million Jewish victims is to make sure genocide doesn't happen again.
The more we hear stories and see faces and connect to people who've lived through horror and terror, I hope the more we resolve to make sure that we create societies and communities where people don't become ostracized.
It can all start with a simple act from home.
Light a candle and remember and pledge also to never forget.
In St. Louis, Pepper Baker, 5 on your side.
The St. Louis Kaplan-Feldman Holocaust Museum is closed right now while undergoing a $21 million renovation, which will quadruple the space of the museum and the learning center. Curators say the expansion will further their mission to preserve the lessons of the Holocaust and empower visitors to reject anti-Semitism and all forms of hate. The new museum is set to open this summer.